Data abstraction and views. Hiding complex details of data storage and data organization from user is called data abstraction. There are three levels of data abstraction: physical level, logical level, and view level. Physical level deals with how data is stored. It handles complex data structure. Logical level deals with what data is stored. It handles a relationship among data. View level show part of data to user. Complexity about how data is stored is hidden from user at view level. For example, school database. Physical level will store data about student in hard disk drive. Logical level will handle what data is stored within student table. At view level, different views are created for different users for accessing student data. View 1 for office clerk, View 2 for teacher, View 3 for principal. View 1 office clerk can access roll number and name from student table. View 2 teacher can access roll number, name, percentage from student table. View 3 principal can access all columns from student table, such as roll number, name, percentage, address, and phone number. Points to remember: different views are created for different users. User access to database can be restricted by displaying part of data to user. Implementation of data abstraction and views makes database more secure. Creating views on tables using SQL. View. A view in SQL is a logical subset of data from one or more tables. A view is a virtual table created based on result set of SQL statements. A view contains rows and columns just like a real table. The tables on which a view is based are called base tables. Let's understand concept of views. Student table is called base table, on which view 1, view 2 and view 3 are created. Creating views using SQL. We use create view command for creating view. Syntax: create view, view name at select column names from table name, where condition with check with read only. Where condition with check with read only are optional attributes of create view command. Where condition will check a condition while creating view. With check will put restriction on insert and update operations performed on views. With read only will create a read only view. How to create view on student table. We will write SQL statement for creating view on the student table. We will write create view v1 at Select roll number, comma name from student semicolon. Here V1 is the name given to view. Student is the name of the table. This statement will create view V1. Types of views. There are two types of views, updatable views and read-only views. In updatable views, to update a view, we need to update the base table. When you update a view, it affects the base table. Read-only views. These views are used for only viewing data. All DML operations are restricted in read-only views. Let's understand concept of updatable views. Rules for updating views. A view defined from a single table is updatable. View defined with multiple tables using join are not updatable. Views defined using grouping and aggregate functions are not updatable. Let's understand concept of read-only views. Read-only views are the views created by createView command with read-only option. This with read-only option disable all DML operations on views. Deleting views using SQL. We use dropView command for deleting view. Dropping view has no effect on its base tables. Only view gets removed, the base table remains as it is. Syntax: drop view name semicolon. How to drop a view on student table? We will write SQL command drop view v1 semicolon. v1 is the name of the view that we want to drop. After executing this command, view v1 will get dropped. Points to remember: a view in SQL is a logical subset of data from one or more tables. The tables on which a view is based are called base tables. In read-only views, DML operations are restricted. In updatable views, update affects the base table. CreateView command is used for creating view. DropView command is used for dropping view. Thank you for watching this video. Concept of sequence and its use in table data insertion. Sequence. A sequence refers to a database object that is capable of generating unique and sequential integer values. Sequence can be used for inserting sequential data in the table. Creating sequence using SQL. We use create sequence command for creating sequence using SQL. Syntax: create sequence name, increment by number. This specify increment for the sequence. Start with num. It specify the first sequence number. Max value num. It specify maximum value the sequence can generate. Min value num. It specify minimum value of the sequence. Cycle no cycle. It indicates repetition of sequence value from beginning. Cache no cache. Cache specify how many values sequence pre-allocates and keeps in memory for faster access. How to create sequence for student table. We will write SQL statement, create sequence S1, increment by 1, start with 100, max value 999 semicolon. This SQL statement will create sequence S1 with starting value 100 and last value 999. How to insert data in a table using a sequence. We will write DML statement, insert into student values, round bracket s1 dot curval, comma, in single quotes Raj, comma, 90, comma, in single quotes Parel, comma, 77777, round bracket semicolon. This statement will insert one row of data in existing student table. S1.curval will return value 100. S1.curval will return current value of the sequence S1. So 100 will get added in roll number column of the table. Now let's learn how to insert data in a table using sequence.nextVal. We will write a DML statement, insert into student values, round bracket s1 dot nextVal, comma, single quotes Raj, comma, 90, comma, single quotes Parel, comma, 77777, round bracket semicolon. This statement will add a new row of data in existing student table. S1.nextVal will return value 101, which is the next value of sequence S1. Dropping sequence using SQL. We use drop sequence command for dropping sequence using SQL. To remove sequence from data dictionary, we use drop sequence statement. Once the sequence is removed, we can no longer refer the sequence. Syntax: drop sequence name semicolon. Let's take an example how to drop a sequence. We will write a DML statement, drop sequence S1 semicolon. This statement will drop sequence S1. Points to remember: Sequence refers to a database object that is capable of generating unique and sequential integer values. Create sequence command is used for creating sequence. Drop sequence command is used for dropping sequence. If we don't specify increment by value, then sequence automatically gets incremented by 1. If we don't specify start with value, then sequence starts with 1. Thank you for watching this video.
Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about synonym in database. Let us see what is synonym. Synonym is an alternative name for a database object such as a table, view, sequence, procedure, and stored function. Purpose of synonym. The synonym serves the following purpose. We will see them one by one. First purpose, it provides an alternative name for another database object. This we have already seen in the previous slide. The first purpose is to provide an alternative name to the database object. Database object which is there, it can exist on a local or on the remote server. The second purpose is that it provides a layer of abstraction that protects a client application from changes made to the name or location of the base object. Now how does this happen? This happens because we are providing an alternative name for the database object. Okay, so that is why it is protecting a client application from making any changes to it. Let's see an example to understand synonym. Consider the employee table of ABC Works located on the server named Server 1. To reference this table from another server, that is Server 2, a client application will have to use four-part name, that is server1.abcworks.person.employee. Also, if the location of the table were to be changed, for example, to another server, that is to server 3, the client application would have to modify to reflect that change. So now these two are the issues that we are coming across. To address both these issues, you can create a synonym EMP table on server 2 for the employee table on server 1. Now, the client application only has to use a single part name EMP table to reference the employee table. Also, if the location of the employee table changes, you will have to modify the synonym EMP table to point to the new location of the employee table. Types of synonym. First type, public. Public synonym is available to all the users. Second type is private. The private synonym is available only to the owner to whom the owner grants privileges. Now we will see how to create a public synonym. Syntax to create a public synonym. Synonym can be created by using the create synonym statement. This is the syntax. Create public synonym. Since it is a public synonym, specify the schema over here with the dot. Then you will specify the synonym name for schema dot the database object to be specified here, and if the database object is on a remote location, then you need to give the link over here with @ written before it and a semicolon. Let's see an example. So here is an example. Create public synonym employees for HR.employees. Here employees is the synonym name and HR.employees is a database object in the form of a table. Now we will see how to create a private synonym. So the syntax for it is create synonym. See here, we are not writing anything over here. So we are going to remove the public word and just going to write create synonym. A schema to be specified over here dot synonym name for schema dot database object will come over here and @db link. If your database object is at any remote location, then the database link is to be given over here with the operator preceding it. Semicolon. Let us see an example. We are seeing an example which says create synonym leaves for hr.leaves. So here leaves is our synonym and hr.leaves is our database object in the form of a table. Syntax to create synonym for remote data. Suppose you want to create a public synonym nd underscore employees on server at Mumbai for the HR employees table in the New Delhi location database. So now we will see an example of it. Create public synonym nd underscore employees. This is your synonym name for database object hr.employees. Here database object is a table. Now since we are referring to a remote location database object, we are going to write over here @ and then this new underscore Delhi will be containing the link for the remote database object, ends with a semicolon. Next we will see how to remove a synonym. Syntax to remove synonym. To remove a synonym we use drop synonym statement. To drop public synonym, use the syntax drop public synonym synonym underscore name semicolon. Let's see the example. Drop public synonym employees semicolon. Here employees is a synonym name. Syntax to remove private synonym. To remove synonym we use drop synonym statement. To drop private synonym, drop synonym name semicolon. This is the syntax. Example, drop synonym leaves semicolon. Now the leaves which is there, it is a synonym name. Points to remember. Synonym is an alternative name for a database object such as a table, view, sequence, procedure and stored function. Synonym can be private or public. You can also create a synonym for database objects stored at remote location.